the greater self. Of you. And a sacred co-creator here on the earth. And breathing in and out through the heart flame of your heart. That ignites the fire inside of you. That ignites the life spark of your heart. That animates you to be a great force here for the primal will to good, a great force of love that is at the heart of all creation. The discovery that behind your fire is the great force of love. Yeleana kiatura vale mala Giandarashwariwe Mangyandungaye Alamande Guru Anane Waye. We call to the ancestors of your family line. If they would like to join you today to receive this earth connection to fire and to its true nature here, to the very heart of fire, beloved, then they may join us today, they may join you in the radiance of your being. The sacred space that's forming. We call to all of our soul lineages now that connect us to the very ancient parts of ourselves that know about the elements of the earth, beloved. The ancient earth consciousness that each of you hold some connection to in some way. And in this, we call to the elementals of fire and the elementals of earth, air and water, and the elemental masters of fire, earth, air and water. We call for the grids of light beneath you now, that are inside the earth of the land that you are sitting on, to open and activate your earth connection, opening you to the worlds and realms of light within the earth. We call for the portal keepers and the guardians around you to open and activate the mountains, the rivers and streams, the forests and the plains, the wisdom of these, their light, their messages to you. We call to the fire fairies, we call to the fire dragons, we call to the solar archangels of the plasma light, the fire light, to open and activate this sacred space, and for these solar archangels to facilitate all that we receive today. That the truth of fire may come our way. As we find ourselves in a world where the great firestorms of our summers are now something that is normal in our natural world. It is something that we almost now expect. We ask for the divine assistance and the inspiration today. Around this, that we may go into the heart of it, and that we are being shown the way. We now say a prayer for all of those beings, both human and animal, who have been affected by wildfire, especially in this decade. May they be supported in every way to reclaim their life support system in the physical, and to regain, many of them, their feeling of safety here. We call for the grace with this and the greatest healing for their connection to the Mother Earth again, to trust nature again. Tori annahiale mande ha te kialo shwa 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 amate sialing angyato rawale Nandiangia loa tea kurawa. Shula male 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 kia nase ato. Chawa yale nane gaya lora la maleta. Srala yewa ia nangangia tora wua wua. Sreyalinganguari ande satia kuwa. As many dispensations are being offered to them if they say yes, and that these dispensations are a living light in the earth, beloved. And this is one of the many divine assistance programs held within the crystalline structure of the earth, beloved, in the realms of light. Know that you may access this any time with your connection to the sacred sites and to the Mother Earth. And so you may receive these dispensations as well if you say yes, for any previous experiences of fire running wild through your home or any of your loved one's home. Te kianu karwat yale maye kurushwa e kia tarama ta se kia tarashwama tia karo shea tea uratari kia kiyama. And as we think about these great fire events, beloved, we seek to understand them as a phenomenon here of our time. It is shown in the records of the earth that there have been many periods of fire here. For there have been the great creation events, beloved, of the volcanic, explosive events that have affected the whole earth. Fire is a part of the creation process. You, beloved, work with fire every day. You all have a mastery with fire when you learn about it and make friends with it. The fire inside of you. For humanity has become a great agent of fire and is still learning. And there are wisdom keepers on the earth, whole communities of them, who have an ancient connection and mastery with fire, for they understand that it is a multi-dimensional element of earth, and it begins in the causal planes of true will. And this manifests in your heart as a unique life purpose within you. It is expressed in this way, where you hold your own fiery potential of creation. And as the dimensions of fire descends to earth, it can then be used to animate, to motivate, to inspire, to bring action, and to burn away all the old creations that form the substance for the new creations. Honor this in yourself. That every time you create something new, the old burns away. With the great fire in your heart for this new creation, making way for this from the foundations, the ashes of old creations. And at times this primal will, this divine will, manifests as desire. And it is the fires of desire that can blaze out of control. And the desire nature can create us to go around and around and around and around, gathering force and speed for something that is an illusion. It is the human challenge, beloved, to tame the fire of desire and to be the agent of this great force for the will to good and the expression of one's true nature, one's divine purpose. And so attuning to the element of fire now, as the fire fairies bring the fire to you, and the elementals that you may go into the heart of fire and let it ignite you. Let it excite you. And let it burn away whatever it is you wish to burn away now. And breathing in and out. Breathing gently in and out. And taking into your heart the true nature of fire, the essence of fire, beloved, that has been given to you here on the earth. That you may remember and we call to your ancient earth self to assist you now, for it is this ancient earth self that knows about this, that remembers this and lives in a realm within the earth that knows about the elements. Building a bridge to this part of you, beloved. With many, many fire fairies and elementals assisting you. taking your time. And as you connect into the essence of fire, you bring balance to your being. When you feel too fiery, a little out of control, so that you may return to your true fire, to be ignited by your true fire. So that you can be friends with it. So that you can be the ones to bring the great balance on the earth through what you bring balance to inside of you. You are the earth, we say, beloved, in this way, in your physical body. You are from the stars, and your body is of the earth. You have the best of both worlds, we say. And feel the eddies and the spiraling and the flow and the flicker of fire. And the heat of it. Igniting your metabolism. And as you metabolize your food with the fire in your belly, you are doing what all of nature does. You are breaking down the substances, beloved, to make way for new substances. You are of great substance, we say. As in your belly, so outside your belly, beloved. As inside of you, so outside of you. Bring balance inside and restore the great balance outside. See the boundaries between you and the Mother Earth's body melting now. And know that you are a part of this great system of fire, earth, air, and water. Ndiakoye tia soana yale mahwe. Nyenkaya tuk warishtuaya hinaha. Tuk arove eyatang ayeshwa ha. Jiala mana kekaya rawa. Jisawa hekaye o ale mama. Te kistu alena ekayo rawala. MCAR am ale kitaroshwa. And feel their love for you from the Mother Earth's heart through her element of fire. She gives you fire as an expression of love from her heart, so that you may join the great creative waves here. And let your heart expand you out of the fires of desire and reattune you to the truth of your heart. And co-create with Mother Earth in all that you do with your Earth connection and awareness. And as we complete now, we ask you to just connect in for a little longer. And let the fire of Mother Earth's heart hold you in this next week. We give thanks now. We give thanks for all that we've received. Blessed be, blessed be, blessed be.
Let me see the little paw. Yeah, let me see. Let me see the little.
So I'd just like to, Sheila, we just invite people to share anything or to ask questions. Is that how we go now? You're on mute.
Yes, that's exactly what I was saying. We already have a couple questions for you. Let me pull those up. I've tried. Okay. Oh, just this nice comments. Beautiful. One of the things that I wanted to ask, how did you connect in with this particular spirit of fire? How did that come to you?
I am not sure. It's just something that comes naturally. It's a connection to the elements, and I know that I have a very big earth ancestral nature, and that earth ancestral nature opens me to the nature of the earth. It's a bridge.
Beautiful.
But everyone else can do that by just being in nature.
Beautiful, beautiful. And so let's see, there was a lot of beautiful grounding, a lovely transmission. Oh, someone said, does she or someone in the group understand the other language? It sounds almost like Native American. If so, what did it say?
The light language is saying all sorts of things according to what is needed at the time. So sometimes it is from the ancient ones of the earth that are just reassuring you. And they're telling you that they understand, that they see you, they really see you in ways that my Ocha cannot. And then sometimes the prayer masters come in and it's prayer. And other times it's dissolving old energies or opening new pathways of connection to the earth. So it has lots of different purposes.
Right. And I would think that as the transmissions are happening, it may not be like that they're giving you each individual word, but you're getting a sense of the energy that they're bringing through. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, I want to go ahead and I'm going to bring Kalyana up also. So, Kalyana, I wanted to ask you first, do you have any questions or any comments that you would like to make?
It was beautiful, Oka. I really felt that fire connection of transmuting the old stories, and I thank you for that. And I was given a message a long time ago that the Christ consciousness, as it expresses in this age to come, will be through the fire. And so I'm always interested in, if you look at pictures of Yeshua way back, there's always this flame, and I know that's the flame in the heart. But we've been in the passive lunar, and women need to own the fire of the Magdalene, the fire, the passion. And also it's so important to make friends with fire. Like, where would we be without the fire of the sun? Where would we be without the fires that warm us? But often I really relate to what you're saying, Oki, the inner, the outer. And if we can balance that fire and passion and use it for the good, then we can transmute the old and move into heaven on earth.
Exactly.
And the question, too, around the language of light, in my experience, we aren't meant to understand it from our mental body. The language of light bypasses the mental body and speaks to the heart and the soul. And so sometimes when the light language is spoken, it's about just receiving it. It's like the language is often of our star beings, our inner earth people. And it's meant to just comfort us often, not to try and understand it from the mental. Sometimes when I'm speaking it, I do get an English translation to help a soul understand something, but oftentimes it's just spoken. And if you can just open up, like to Oka's beautiful language of light, so much from the ancient ones, and just let it touch your heart and your soul is the gift of the light language. Would you agree, Oka?
Yeah, it relaxes the mind actually, because the mind doesn't actually understand it, but the soul understands it. And I've had so many people say that, oh, they just have a remembrance, or it activates something in them that they didn't think that they could have activated. So yeah, bypassing the mind is important for meditation, isn't it?
And it also, I think, brings comfort to the parts of ourselves living the earth plane existence in 3D that need to be comforted by the language of their soul. And, there's different light streams from different star systems, depending which one you incarnate or most relate to. But there's also the inner earth people and their language, and the languages that Oka expresses so beautifully of the ancient ones of the earth.
And speaking of which, someone wants to know how we can strengthen our relationship with the earth through our body. That comes from Heidi.
Oh, okay, Heidi, that's a really good question, because being in nature is the most empowering thing that you can do for your earth connection, because all of nature is a doorway, a gateway into the earth portals, or into the earth heart. It's into you'll have a different connection if you can open up your connection to the earth in a meditative way, and in a way where you hold the intention to sit on the earth and connect into the earth's energies, to take your shoes off, which is really important, so that you can sit on the earth and actually be a conduit again for the earth energies. We're all wearing rubber-soled shoes these days. And while these are great, a great innovation, these rubber-soled shoes do prevent some of the earth energies from moving through you. Not all of them, of course, but some of them. And you need this as a part of that receiving the life support system, to be able to connect your body in physically to the earth.
Beautiful. Someone else wants to know, because you're connecting in with the elements of the earth, do you also connect in with the elementals?
Yeah, actually, they're related, you see. If you call the elementals in, they connect you into the element. Because the element is so multidimensional. It's the elements that actually can be the bridge for us between all the different states of being. And so we think of the elements as just physical, but they actually are, what we're seeing is just the physical aspect of the element. And there are all these other ethereal and spiritual and the part of the elements that exist in the mental world, etc., 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 that are working all the time to weave the connection down through all the chakra system into our physical body. So if you connect to the earth elementals first, just with your intention, sitting under a tree or on a rock or on the beach, just trust that they will show you. I think trust is a really big thing here. And you can also connect into the element itself. I've got a candle burning at the moment. Connect into the element itself. Just receiving the sunlight out in nature, which is all fire, Connect, just so that's what I recommend.
Beautiful. And then Lisette wants to know, what can we do in these times that we live in to help heal the world?
The most important thing is to cultivate that love in your heart. Love transcends everything. It helps us to transcend everything, to open our heart to love and let love show you what it is that you need to do. When your heart is full of love, we know that it's the most exquisite feeling, and it expands us out of any grief that we might be feeling, or any negative, disempowering emotions that we're feeling because of the state of the world. But if we can empower ourselves to give in the way that our heart shows us to, then we won't feel the burdens of the world so much, because you will feel so filled up with what it is that you're contributing to the earth and to the collective consciousness of humanity.
And she says, thank you so much. So for newcomers that may be interested in stepping into light language, do you have any recommendations for them?
Once again, I would recommend going into nature and going into your heart and going into the stillness, and connecting to the sun above you. Bring that energy down, bring it all through the central core of your being, then go into the earth and connect into the earth heart in the core of the earth, and let that light just flow up and down through your central pillar so that you light yourself up, expand your heart through your connection and concentration on the heart flame, and see yourself as light, and then just start sounding automatically. You can hold the intention that you want to give something from your heart. If you hold that intention when you sound, you might stand in front of a tree, for example, and start sounding to the tree. And it just takes practice and just allowing yourself to express what comes through automatically. It's nothing you can think about beforehand.
I respond to that too, Oka. Like, I've been speaking the light language for many years, and when it first came, I didn't know anybody else that was speaking it. Now I know many beautiful beings who speak the light language, and I've seen it so many different expressions, and sometimes it can start, the light language is this. You know, sometimes it's, look at the beautiful code behind Oka, that's light language through expression. Sometimes it's through speaking, sometimes it's through singing. But if you, like Oka said, do all those beautiful things and then just actually honor that you have a gift, that some of those gifts come from the stars, some of them come from earth incarnation wisdom, and all the different initiations we pass through in our lives. And if we go deep, like Oka has said to you, deep into the earth, you can just say, Mother Earth, how may I serve you? All my gifts, because often we don't honor our gifts. We think that they're just, everybody has them, but they're often unique to you. And you can just offer, and Mother Earth will show you really clearly. If you say, here it is, here's my gifts, all the different jobs I've done, the skills I've learned, what I bring from the stars, what many incarnations and initiations. I have these soul gifts that are in my heart. I offer them to you in service. How can I serve your divine plan? And she will show you.
Try it.
And it's back, just doing this, like allowing, that there is a part of you that knows the language of light. It's a language of your heart and your soul. Do the movements and then open your mouth, like Oka said, and just see what comes. Ed isht na'a. Ed isht inema ed isht an. There's many different strains from different star systems. They all sound slightly different. But honor what comes through you is my...
Beautiful, beautiful. And Oka, I have to ask you, was there one point in your life that you had a spiritual awakening that also brought an awareness of your gifts, or was it something that's just was with you since birth?
Oh, in a way, it was with me as a child, and that manifested as being a really big fan of Jeshua and Mary. And but then as time went on, I was an environmental, I worked in the environmental industry, and while I loved what I did, I didn't think it was enough. So I took on the spiritual path, and my first experience was really when I was in my 40s. You know, I had a channeling experience in Uluru in a cave, and I was, my face just became very craggy, and I could hardly move, and I was channeling a crystalline mother in Uluru, and fortunately I had some people with me who could guide me with that. Otherwise, I might not have been very relaxed about that. So that was the big thing that changed me. I knew then that I could do something that was in my heart to do, and that was okay to do something that was in my heart to do.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, let me check one more time. Jeff says, have found light language to be more a feeling and a sound within that comes out rather than a language. But maybe that's just me, he says.
No, I think that's spot on.
Yeah. Beautiful. So I do want to ask you, in a few moments, Susie will be up and she's going to kind of close the evening out with a song. But I wanted to ask if you have any final words of wisdom that you would like to leave people with.
Just to honor the power that you have inside to change the world. To really understand that you are a very powerful creator and you can change the world from the inside out. So that's my greatest message today, Sheila.
Wonderful. Thank you. Kaliana, do you have any parting words for our audience before Susie sings?
Just similar to Ocha, like if we want to change the world, we need to change the thought forms we put out in the world, because that goes into the collective field. And if we can be very diligent around what thoughts we're thinking, how we express our emotions, to do it consciously rather than dumping on somebody, and to take responsibility of our sovereignty in our own creations, and to know that we are all valid. We all deserve to be supported by the four directions, fire, water, earth, air, and the fifth being spirit, that we're worthy of that, and we can be these amazing conduits of change. So may the winds of change carry peace across the earth, because all that is constant in these times is that there will be change. So we need to dance with that, not be in these rigid boxes of this is how it should be. But it was said once that the source of all that is dances through the universe. It isn't stagnant, and it isn't dogmas and old ways of being. It's, you know, we had a saying once that we were proud to be weird, which meant willing, energetic involvement in releasing dogmas. Be proud to be weird is my message to you. Be proud to weird. What the world calls normal is often total insanity. So be weird, my message to you, and be proud of it. Thank you, Sheila. And Ocha.
Thank you. And I really love that message, because I think that at one time, if not even now, we all feel that way. So thank you so much. All right. So, Susie, I'm going to go ahead and ask if you would come up and give us a song before we close.
I would love to. This song was written by Michael Gottlieb. Love is all we need. Love is all we need. Love is the truth that's in me. Love is the truth that's in me. When I get discouraged thinking all is lost, when I get discouraged thinking everything is lost, love is here. Love is here. Love is here. Oh, love is here. Love is all we need. Love is all we need. Love is the truth that's in me. Love is the truth that's in me. When we get discouraged thinking all is lost, when we get discouraged thinking everything is lost, love is here. 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 Yay!
Beautiful.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, Susie. And I appreciate you coming on week after week and singing for us and lighting us up and anchoring in the energy. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Love you guys so much.
And you too,
Thank you.
honey. And to everyone who's here in our audience and everyone who's been watching us on all of the Conscious Awakening Network platforms, whether it's live or whether you're watching it on replay, just know that the energy of the work that was done here will be just as prevalent and potent as it was tonight. So thank you for watching our replays and watching us live. We sincerely appreciate it. And if you are watching this on YouTube, I would ask that you would like and subscribe. And until we're all back together next week, I want to send you much love and light, and all that you need is love, as Susie said. So have a beautiful and blessed week, everyone. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
Night. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ocha, for being here. Thank you, Kaliana.
Thanks, Sheila.
Thank you,
Thank
Sheila.
Big hug to everybody. Big hugs.
Thank you. Good night.